ZNS Total Sports is brought to you by 4th Terrace Diagnostic Center.
Sports, everybody. It's a history-making week for track and field in the Bahamas. Mike Sands officially being sworn in as the new president of the North American, Central American, and Caribbean region. A courtesy call on the Governor General was held this morning at Government House. Many of the top delegates of the track and field world here, including President of World Athletics, formerly the IAAF, Lord Sebastian Coe. He's joined by former NACAC President Victor Lopez and former Olympic triple jump champion for the USA, Willie Banks, among others. This is the first time ever a NACAC meeting is being held in the Bahamas, with 2 sessions already in the books. Now, I can tell you, officials also meeting with local athletes and coaches today, and they were all impressed with the amount of Bahamians involved in the sport of track and field.
To see that stadium full of young athletes of every age and every ability, and to know that actually there's such immense talent coming through, and our challenge is to make sure we keep it in the sport, we keep that talent developing, and under the B3As and now with this guy helping secure the future of many of our athletes in NACAC, we're in great shape.
I'm used to seeing a track where there's a few kids here, a few kids there, and then when I came out here to this track, I was just totally surprised at how many kids and how many young people were just running around and jumping and doing all the things necessary to become better athletes. And it made me understand that this sport is a special sport. And it has a huge future if we can just keep these kids involved.
Following a reception tonight, which is being put on by the Ministry of Youth, Sports and Culture as Super Clubs Breezes, will be the official opening of the NACAC office at the Thomas A. Robinson Stadium. And this will be quite a moment for Mike Sands, with Lord Sebastian Coe in attendance.
I am honored that his schedule permitted him to come and be a part of this historic event that will take place tomorrow officially in terms of the official opening of the office. He has consented to do the honors, and I'm very flattered and honored to have my president. All of us have a boss, this is my president. I'm very confident and happy that the membership actually reposed the confidence in me to be able to be the president for the next several years, and so I'm looking for the support of the council members and indeed the individual federations. We had a very good day of council meeting. I was very interactive, and we have some plans that we'll be sharing later on to ensure that our region stays the #1 region in terms of performances, and so that's my goal, that's my objective, with the support of the member federations.
University of the Bahamas multi-event standout Ken Mulling shattering his own national record in the Heptathlon at the Gene Edmonds Memorial Invitational over the weekend. He also had a personal best in every event and is now #2 in the world rankings with 5,678 points. That's 252 points better than his old mark. For the 3rd straight year, Mullings won the indoor invitational meet at Purdue University, but it wasn't easy. He didn't take the lead until the final day after an impressive clocking of 8.08 seconds in the 60-meter hurdles.
It meant a lot this time because the competition was way more stiff. I wasn't leading the competition until the last minute, so it really was do or die to be aggressive, to really push through and hold form. So it really was a bigger experience for me to win this time. I am glad that I executed in all my events. I'm still a little disappointed in some of the events, but I'm glad to come up with a win. In short put, based on me and my athletic partner Kendrick, me and him train the same way, we do the same stuff, and he was able to get way more in his event, and I was still throwing the same thing I was throwing for the past 2 years. I feel really good with the performance, especially with the 60-meter hurdles, because I was really aggressive, and that was the turning point.
Mulling's not the only Mingo impressing at Purdue either. Fellow heptathlete Kendrick Thompson led the competition throughout day 1, but all of Mulling's stronger events were on the final day. Thompson takes 2nd spot with 5,636 points, just 42 points behind Mullings. That's the 3rd best mark in the world this year, setting Thompson up to accomplish a much bigger goal of making a trip to the World Indoor Championships.
My performance is excellent the other day. I'm glad to get up. PR my first time indoors, but actually excited about my next upcoming meet. My purpose with the qualify for World Indoors in Nanjing is upcoming May, and get a top spot in the World League. So I just got to work on some of my weakest events, because one of my strongest events today, I did a bunch of crap in it. So hopefully I'll work on it and get better in it.
From the NBA, DeAndre Ayton coming off the bench last night, but still played starter minutes. He was 9 of 15 from the field, finishing up just short of a double-double, 18 points and 9 rebounds. The Phoenix Suns picking up a 192 win over the Charlotte Hornets. The Suns now hitting the road. They play in Atlanta tomorrow against the Hawks. Buddy Hield and the Sacramento Kings back on the floor tonight at home against the Orlando Magic. It's been a struggle so far this season for the Kings, and injuries have played a major role.
We used to go to Jesus, man. I ask Jesus to heal us up quick, you know, and like I say, man, you don't wish these things happen on players, you know, and every time you look at the bench, you see somebody's going down, someone's going to the locker room. But yeah, we need to stay prayed up, man, for sure. But, you know, you go through trials and tribulations for a reason. You know, something good is about to happen.
The New Providence Basketball Association usually off on holidays, but they celebrated majority rule with a cookout and a full slate of games over at the AF Arley Gym.
We had some backup. You know, we had cancellation with current going off, and one night the floor was slippery, so we have to make up those games, because right now with the schedule, we ain't have much time leading into going into the round robin, so we have to make up the games now. This ain't one of the holidays like everybody travel, so you know, we decided that we could go with it. What we do is we can make it a fun thing. Everybody come together. Whilst you come to watch the game, you can have your meal. You ain't got to go there and cook today. Today's the day you could come and get your food here. So far, we have a great season. You know, if you look at it, only one team undefeated, everybody else right there in the mix, you know, so from the top 1 to 6, you know, anybody could win the league.
The Sports Center Elites playing twice in Division II on the majority rule holiday. They had to finish off a game with the Sun Oil Rockets before coming back to play the Your Essential Store Giants. And of course, this was a tough day for those, and they did not pick up a win in either game.
It's so frustrating every night. We come out here and we just miss a whole bucket full of free throws. You know, the layups is one thing, but the free throws, man, nobody beats us this year if we hit our free throws. Nobody. These fellas just gotta find the motivation some kind of how. I mean, despite us not being able to practice, because these fellas work in hotels and their shift, we have not had one complete practice yet for the season. And you know, and I keep telling them, but imagine if you do. Imagine the things that you could show these little children when it's coming to watch you.
Freedom Baptist putting on its annual majority rule tournament over the holiday weekend. The St. John's College Giants winning the Junior Girls Championship 10-7 over the host school.
It's impossible even from the team that we beat, because they had primary school girls playing junior. Okay, so the primary schools who played for Freedom Baptist is actually the ones who benefited. We actually come to say, get some experience, let us see where we at and see what we need to work on, because this is the only way you're going to know what's going up to your senior program. We're missing 2 key players today. We won a tournament just before the Christmas break. We were short of players again, so we have not yet seen the whole hand and glove for our team.
In terms of the tournament as a whole, organizers were quite pleased.
Competition was great. We had D.W. Davis versus Telios earlier, Freedom Baptist versus Anatole. Those games were crazy, they were fun. Next year we're looking at doing a senior tournament outside of the majority rule tournament, probably sometime down the line in the timetable. So this one means a lot, also because of what happened last year with the storm, and we have the Hugh Campbell not available. We miss Father Martian. The kids just want to play, man.
The Freedom Farm Baseball League opening its 31st season of play on Saturday. And after more than 3 decades, this is truly one big family.
We as senior people in this country have to find ways and means to keep our kids active, to give them the discipline of life and the discipline of sports. And Freedom Farm speaks to that every day.
I was around from when there was the Andre Rogers Stadium, which is no more, you know, and the rookies used to play, and I used to be their bad boy. You know, I remember when my mom never used to let me go to the field, and I always used to cry and stuff like that. So being around this and, you know, knowing that I've been around a long time and to see guys develop and just to see it grow as it is, you know, it's a blessing. You know, so I'm thankful for Freedom Farm for everything they've done for me and doing for all these little kids who's coming up.
Came out here one day just to watch my son play, and I got into a verbal disagreement with one of the coaches, and he said, if you feel as though like you can do something better, join me. That was 7 years ago, and from that moment, I enjoy every bit of it.
The 2020 sloop sailing calendar underway. It all got started with the Bull Reg Class C Regatta in Exuma. Minister responsible for regattas, the Honorable Michael Pintard, taking in some of the action.
It was excellent, very competitive. I wasn't sure whether or not a number of the guys were going to hit the buoy. And the reason they do what they do and I do what I do is because they're exceptional at what they do, and they made it. I mean, it was really a competitive race. I was encouraged to watch two of the boats were being skippered by young captains, and I thought they did an incredible job and they placed well in the race. So I think that says a lot about the future of regatta in the Bahamas. A lot of young people attracted to sloop sailing, and I think in the future we're going to see more young people inspired by what they are doing.
Good sports. The Bahamas Tonight comes back after the break.
ZNS Total Sports is brought to you by 4th Terrace Diagnostic Center.